أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah, we seek His aid, His forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evils of our own selves, from the harm of our own wrongdoing. Whosoever Allah guides, no one can lead astray. Whosoever He leads astray, no one can guide. And I bear witness that there's none worthy of worship except Allah with one, without any partners. And I bear witness that Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is a servant, messenger. O believers, fear Allah as He should be feared and do not die, except as a Muslim. Alhamdulillah, Ramadan is over, so this is the first juma after Ramadan, and so I want to take this opportunity just to remind us what we should be doing. Oftentimes, you know, when Ramadan is over, people want to know what next? What do we do now? We just finished 30 days of fasting and learning how to be a good Muslim, fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, connecting with the Quran, and all those, you know, praying the night prayer, giving in charity, you know, being as good as we can be. Because that's what Ramadan teaches us, to have the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we practice that. Now Ramadan is over, then the question becomes, well, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do now? A lot of people have that question. And unfortunately, when Ramadan is over, a lot of people, you know, they forget what they learned. They forget all of the good that they were able to attain in Ramadan, you know. And they go back to the bad ways or the bad habits, you know, the bad practices, you know what I'm saying, the disobedience, you see. They go astray. You know, they lose that momentum. Right? And so it's important that we keep the momentum. Otherwise, you know, or at least keep some of that. Otherwise, you know, then we didn't gain. And like the scholars say, that one of the ways you tell, when you can measure whether your Ramadan, you know, was good and it was accepted, is that you continue. You keep that momentum, you know. The next Ramadan is a year from now. So what's going to happen? You know, after a week or after a month or, you see, I don't know, you know, what's going to happen? You know, so if we miss it the first few days, subhanAllah, what does it look like for the rest of the year? You know? Shaitan is no longer chained. You know, his ways or his tricks, you know, are not going to be in short. See, he's going to be, you know, running full force, full time, if you will, okay, to cause you and I to go astray. That's his job. Okay? So he's out now, all right? And so we need to be aware of that. And so again, what do we do? And so again, and we know what to do, so I'm just going to remind you, we all know what we're supposed to do, you know. And so I have a few verses here I want to focus on for this kutbar, this talk today. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Everybody know this verse. I have not created the jinn or the men, except that they worship me. Okay? So that's what we do. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We continue to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَعْبُدْ رَبَّكَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَكَ الْيَقِينَ. Surah 15, verse 99. It means, and worship Allah and worship your Lord until the hour is certain. Okay? And worship your Lord until the hour is of certainty. And the hour of certainty means two things. All right? Two things. That we worship Allah until we die. It don't never stop. Second means we worship Allah until the day of judgment. Very simple, very plain, easy to comprehend. You see? So whether it's Ramadan or whether it's not Ramadan, doesn't matter what month it is, what day it is, what time it is, it's still about worshiping Allah, serving Allah, obeying Allah. That's what's about. But we have to be reminded. So Ramadan is over, so again, what do? We continue to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So I want to focus today on what should we be doing? We should continue to have patience, being patient, being steadfast, you see, and maintaining the ibadah. Patience, steadfastness, and maintaining the ibadah. Sabr, istiqamah, and ibadah. I repeat. Sabr, istiqamah, and ibadah. That's what we do. See? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَاسْتَقِمْ كَمَا أُمِرْتَ وَمَنْ تَابَ مَعَكَ وَلَا تَتَّغَوْا إِنَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. Surah 11, verse 112. Therefore, stand firm on the straight path as thou art commanded, thou, meaning the Prophet Muhammad, and those with you, meaning the Muslims. And do not transgress, and do not leave the straight path, for he sees all that you do. So this is one of the verses in the Quran that tells us to remain firm on the path, to be steadfast. The word istiqamah, commandment. Allah commands us to be on istiqamah, to be firm. Istiqamah means, in short, it means to be upright and to be firm on the path. Be on the path that is straight, which is Islam. Okay? A man came to the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, tell me something about Islam that I don't need to ask anybody after you. Tell me something, that's easy for me to, do. That I don't have to ask anybody after you. There's no confusion in this issue. And the Prophet ﷺ said, listen to this here. The Prophet ﷺ told a man, he said, say, Amantu billahi thumma istaqim. Amantu billahi thumma istaqim. Say, I believe in Allah. Okay? Say, I believe in Allah, and then be steadfast. Now think about that. Now the Prophet ﷺ, he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted him with jawami kalam. Jawami kalam, meaning small words or short speech, but big, rich meaning. Okay? He would say a few words, but it had a lot of meaning. So the man said, tell me something, that I don't have to ask anybody after you. So it'd be clear to me what I'm supposed to be about as a Muslim. And I want you to take this home today. Okay? Amantu billahi thumma istaqim. Say, I believe in Allah and be steadfast. In a nutshell, if you wish to summarize Islam and what it is that we are about, what is the Muslims about? What is the program of the Muslim? What is the Muslim? What is he about? Believing in Allah and being righteous. That's it. Case closed. That's it. That's simple. If you wanted to give a person, a simple, clear message of what Islam is about, you know what it's about? It's about believing in God. It's about believing in the oneness of Allah, Tawheed. It's about singling out Allah alone in worship and being righteous. Think about that. That's powerful. That's all it is about. It summarizes the whole program of the Muslim. To believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to be righteous. To be righteous. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, alhamdulillah, has given us the book, the Quran, and given us the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ to show us the way of that righteousness, or that straight path. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, Wallahu yuhibbu sabirin. Allah loves those Allah loves those who have patience. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna Allaha ma'as-sabirin. And Allah is with those who are patient. You see? So again, the program doesn't change. Okay? Ibadah continues, as I said. Ramadan provides us with the momentum. Okay? Because it fuels us. Okay? And so that momentum still should be here. You know, it should exist in all of us now. Because it ain't, what has it been, about a week since Ramadan is over. SubhanAllah. So we should be riding high. You know, the Eid, SubhanAllah, we have the Eid, you know, we should be riding high. Okay? And so I want to, provide you with something so you can continue that momentum. And the Prophet ﷺ said, an authentic narration, he said, whoever fasts the month of Ramadan and he follows it up with 6 days of Shawwal, is like he is equivalent to fasting a whole year. SubhanAllah. Think about that. Now the Prophet ﷺ, again, he did many different fasts. He did the Monday and Thursday fast. He did the 3 white days, the 13th, 14th, and 15th of each month, the middle days. He did Arafat, he did Ashura, he did different fasts, fasted Dawud. So there are many different optional fasts that you could do as a Muslim. And we should, no doubt. Because again, your fasting is a sign of piety. Your fasting is a sign of righteousness. Your fasting is a sign of taqwa. Your fasting is a sign. So again, it is the way of the righteous. It's like your prayer. You're praying, your qiyam al-layl, you're reading Quran, and being generous and giving charity, and being kind and forgiving. These are all signs of taqwa. These are all signs of righteousness. Good conduct and good behavior. These are all signs of conduct. So your fasting is a part of that. So we just left Ramadan. So the Prophet ﷺ said, hey, to keep the momentum, see, fast 6 days. Okay? So I want to remind you, alhamdulillah, that's what you do, alhamdulillah. Make your intention and try to do the 6 days, all right? And the reward you get is for fasting for the whole year, So maybe you won't get a chance to fast as regular throughout the year. The Mondays and Thursdays. You should, of course. Or the fast in the middle days. Although other special occasions, because some people don't. Some people don't do none of those fasts. Some people do. It's just Ramadan. We know for a fact. That's all they do is Ramadan. They don't do nothing else. You see? So it will be a step up for them to do the fast of Shawwal. So at least if they do that, then alhamdulillah, they ain't got to worry about fast for the rest of the year, based upon the reward, if they want to get the reward for fasting. Remember, fasting is when one fasts, there is a special reward for fasting. Any day. Prophet ﷺ said, whoever fasts one day, in or out of Ramadan, for the sake of Allah, just fast for one day, in or out of Ramadan, and he does it for Allah, Allah will distance his face 70 years from the hellfire. Amazing. You see? Fasting is ibadah. Fasting, Allah said fasting is for me. You got to be sincere to fast. See? So if you did it, alhamdulillah, great reward. Anytime. So take care of the fast of Shawwal, alhamdulillah. Don't let it run by you and you don't do it, man. And I remind you this because the brother came to see me yesterday, and he said, wow, he said, Imam, alhamdulillah, I forgot all about the fast of Shawwal. And the reason he forgot, because again, he hadn't been coming to the mosque. Because of what? Because of the crisis or the lockdown. He's from Jersey, you know what I'm saying? He said, I was talking to another brother, and I was reminded that this is Shawwal, and I forgot about the fast of Shawwal, because we're not around the brotherhood. So I said, I must remind the brothers today, remind the people, the fast of Shawwal. Because unfortunately, people are not coming to the mosque and they're not interacting with brothers who are fasting, or the people in the community, or the imam, or the teachers in the mosque. So they wouldn't know a lot of time, you know, especially people who don't normally fast, he said, outside of Ramadan. So it's a blessing. So the reminder is good, alhamdulillah, and this is what we should be doing. Continue worshiping Allahuakbar, like the hadith say. Okay? You know, we're living in challenging times. You know, the fitna is thick. You know, it's heavy for all of us. You know, make no mistake about it. And the Prophet ﷺ, he told us, again, these challenging times, you know, the Prophet ﷺ said, hasten. He said, hasten to do good. See? Hasten to do good before the trials come upon you like parts of a dark night. See? So the program is still, again, worshiping Allah, doing good. So I don't know, hasten, because the trials going to come on y'all. See? Like the dark night, see? When a person will be a believer in the morning and be a disbeliever, you know, in the evening. And be a believer in the evening and be a disbeliever in the morning. You see? And because he or she will have sold their religion for the dunya. The world. They get distracted. And so we're living in challenging times. All kinds of challenges. All kinds of tests. All kind of darkness on the earth, as they say. And one of our biggest trials currently is we all know, the coronavirus. COVID-19, as they say. It is a test. It's a big test on mankind, but definitely on us. Let's talk about us, the Muslims. You see? So we expect tests, and we can't choose tests. And this test is on us. And it's a serious test because it keeps people away from the mosque. And that ain't good for people who have weak faith. That ain't good. People need to be connected to the mosque. People need to be connected to the circles. You can't even gather in circles. Think about that. You got to be by yourself, to be isolated. A lot of people. So people with weak iman, that's tough. That's tough. That's a test, man. See? Of course, you can contact them on, you know, you can communicate with them other ways, so forth and so on. So it's a test. Not being able to come to the mosque. You know how they speak about the man who loved to be at the mosque, be under the shade of Allah there, he can't come to the mosque. You know how his heart feels. We had one brother come all the way from Brooklyn, you know, because he wanted to go to the mosque. I mean, anxiety. Every mosque he goes, is closed, and he found out we have a little virtual joint here. A few people come, and so we let him come out, man. You know, I was feeling it. I said, wow, subhanAllah, man. You know what it's like? When all of our, you know, and all of our Islamic lives, you've been Muslim, you know, 30, 40, 50 years. You know, or even less than that. You used to come to the mosque for juma, you used to come to the mosque for the salah, and now you can't come no more. That's a big test. When our whole life as a Muslim is centered around the mosque. When the Prophet ﷺ got to Medina, the first year, the mosque. You got to be in the mosque. You see, and Allah, and the believers they visited maintained the masjids of Allah. You see, so to have that whole area of ibadah, worshiping in the mosque and out of the mosque, subhanAllah, man. That is a test for a lot of people. You see? But we learn to deal with the test because we can't choose the test. So Allah put that test on us, all right? So this virus that's going on that's causing us to be isolated, you know, and practice social distancing and all of that, you know, it's a test, all right? And not only that, you know, it's a test that causes, you know, again, the test that we live around sickness. You know, you get sick, so people you meet, people you interact with, you know, your flag goes up. I got to be careful. I don't know about him or her, and I don't know. And people are dying. That's a test. You see? So sickness is all around us, in our families, our friends, you know, the believers, the non-believers, our neighbors. It doesn't matter, man. This crowd, they tell you stay away from crowds of people. I don't know. And people is our business. People are our business. You know, interacting with people is what we're about. To teach Islam, to spread Islam. How you can do it? Especially, it's a big test for the leaders and the scholars, even though they have the outlet in terms of the internet and things like that nature, but their classes and six, that's what they do. You know, imagine, you know, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he can't address the believers. He can't sit in the company of the companions. Can you imagine that? Or any of the prophets of Allah. So here we are. You know, this was a test. Allah put a test on us. We can't sit because of this disease. You know, because of being infected. So it's something to reflect upon, brothers. SubhanAllah. You know. So it's a test. The sickness, the death, the uncertainty. Every day they change. The medical people, they be changing, they be contradicting each other. First they say, they tell you, you know, six feet, you know, stay the distance 6 feet. Now another group of medical people coming with a whole nother idea. We didn't know before, but no. It need to be 20 feet. Indoors 20 feet. And I'm sorry, outside 20 feet, indoor 27 feet. Forget about the 6. Of course, you know, the CDC is saying, nah, we sticking with the 6. So what do? Say, nah, man, you know, when particles leave your mouth, and whatnot, it goes beyond 6 feet. It travels. You see, outside the wind will blow it on by. But inside it hangs for hours. We just learned this. So different groups of medical professionals and people, they doing their own experiments. I mean, there's no consensus on a lot of stuff now, all right? Just like scholars, right? You know, scholars got different, Islamic scholars got different opinions on different issues of fiqh and aqidah and things like that. Well, the medical people, they ain't all in sync. You know, this whole issue of this virus is new. It's new, unprecedented, and they're trying to figure it all out. You see, so the politicians and the medical figures, you know, they're saying different things to us, and we have to trust in Allah. We have to trust in Allah. You see, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the protector for sure. But all this is a test because everywhere you go now, you're looking around, you're wondering, you know, subhanAllah. This is what I know what I go through as a person. You know, because I'm in that age group. They say, you're vulnerable. So wherever I go, then you read things and they tell you, look, it's better just stay home. Stay home? That's a test. That's a big test. So this is how Allah testing us, man. All right, brothers and sisters. We didn't choose this test. Allah testing us. All right? And we can go on. The list goes on. Again, the confusion, you know, the unemployment, people losing, they can't work. You know, people are hungry, you understand? You know, that's why they're giving out stimulus checks, because again, people losing their jobs. So it's real. So this is a test for people. Okay? Mental health issues. People have the mental health issues. People home bored. I'm bored. They're bugging out. They say domestic violence is on the increase because men are home now instead of working, and they take their frustration out on their family and their kids. They're reporting this. This is what they're saying. They're not used to that. They're used to being out. Now they're home. They're sitting there. They're aggravated. They're annoyed with their kids. They're frustrated with their wives, their family. They don't know how to deal. No, man. It's real. It's a test. Non-Muslim and Muslim. Non-Muslim and Muslim. Okay? All of these things are a test. You know. All right. So you have to have iman. You have to have steadfastness. You know. You really have the patience. You got to have patience. You know. In all of these trials, you have to be steadfast in all of these trials. You see, you got to maintain your ibadah in all of these trials. That's what you do. This is what we do. You have to do that. What do I do? What do we do now? Keep worshiping Allah. Be patient. Be patient. Because Allah loves those who are patient. Be patient. Allah is with those who are patient. That's patience. When you get bored, get that out of your mind. Say, you know, oh Allah, you know, alhamdulillah, you know, seek refuge in Allah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala from shaitan. You know what I'm saying? And bring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remembrance and whatnot. Alhamdulillah. You know? And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you patience. Because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Being patient. You know, the tests and trials are there, and they will continue to come. So these are conditions, that are with us. And I can go on and on and on, but I won't belabor, these points. We're going to perhaps be in this for a long time. Perhaps we'll be under this test for a long time. The medical professions and the politicians and the people of the world, they don't know, and you don't know. And we should not take a casual attitude about it. Oh, it's going to pass. We know it will pass. It will, alhamdulillah. Every difficulty there's relief. We know what the Quran says. But how long did the Prophet had to endure the hardship and the test that was on them? Imagine the Prophet sitting at the Kaaba, and Khabbab ibn Arazi, oh Messenger of Allah, when is Allah's help going to come? When is the relief going to come? May Allah be pleased with him. And Allah said, you ain't got no what? Patience. And they were being persecuted. They were being beat up on and killed and assaulted for their religion. But the Prophet told them, be patient. Because, eventually, alhamdulillah, the relief will come. And a person will travel from one end of the peninsula to the other, and they will feel none but Allah. So the relief will come, but you got to be patient. And how long was that patience? 13 years. Think about that. 13 years being tested the way they were tested. Think about the Prophet being boycotted, the Muslims being boycotted for 3 years. 3 years boycotted. They couldn't live a normal life, man. See, our lives have been disrupted with this virus thing, right? Prophet, the believers was boycotted for 3 years, man. It wasn't a normal life for them. After the boycott was over, Khadija was sick. She died maybe a month or so after that. It affected her. You see, Khadija's wife. You see, so it was a struggle. It was tough. 3 years. How long is this going to be on us? How long, are we going to have to live like that? And when it is lifted, will life be normal again? Will it be like it was before? I don't know. So just something to think about. These are things I think about. I said, subhanAllah. So when the Prophet and the companions went through what they went through, the tests and the trials, subhanAllah, you got to have patience. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promise is true. You see? Allah's promise is true. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala khairil mursaleen Muhammadin nabiyyin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. The tests and challenges, they come as Allah chooses, and they stay as long as Allah chooses. You see? So people be saying, when is it going to be past? When is it going to be over? When are we going to be able to socialize again? When are we going to go back to the beach? Everybody's, no patience, everybody's rushing. We want to get back to normal. Forget about it. What normal? When you think about the test that Allah put and the trials that Allah put on mankind, or the tests and trials that Allah put on the believers, and the effect that it has and how it disrupts their lives, and I jotted down a few, as I mentioned to the Prophet, I already mentioned, again, 13 years, subhanAllah, and I thought about when in the year 1099, and keep this in the year 1099, that's when the first crusades, right? They attacked the Muslims, right? All right? And disrupted their lives for over 90 years. 90 years. They came in and they slaughtered the Muslims, they slaughtered the men, they slaughtered the women, destroyed everything. And they took Quds, Jerusalem. So for 90 years, they were under the occupation of the Christians. So whoever survived amongst the Muslims, and there were some Jews and Christians that lived there too. That was a test. Life wasn't normal for 90. That's how long it lasted. Think about that. Time. I think about the test of the Muslims during in 1258, when the Mongols attacked the Muslim world and sacked Baghdad. And slaughtered, hundreds of thousands thousands of Muslims and destroyed the economy, destroyed the educational system and the libraries, all of that, man. These barbarians came in. And when they finished, of course, they occupied that land. So the Muslim world was disrupted for how long? How long was it? It was no longer normal. Think about that. And we can go on and on and on, and many, many examples of that. You know, again, life being disrupted by tests. And so we're living in a time, you know, where our lives have been disrupted. It ain't, you know, we can't do the normal kind of things that we like to do. All right, but we can worship Allah. Yes, we can. You see, we can worship Allah one time. Yes, we can. You know, we can do that. That's something we can do. You know, and I'll think about, again, we talk about isolation, right? And I think about the Prophet Yusuf. Another example, the Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. You know, put in prison. How long was he in prison? Many years, they say. Many years the Prophet Yusuf. Allah gives us these stories for a reason. So he was locked down. It's like, you know, so if you consider yourself locked down, Yusuf was locked down. And what did Yusuf do? MashaAllah, he was patient. He was patient with his situation, with his tests. He didn't whine. You know, I'm bored. I'm locked up. I can't. He was patient. And he worshipped Allah. See? He worshipped Allah. And he gave dawah, you know, to his fellow prisoners when he did. SubhanAllah. See? That's the lesson for us, man. Those stories, you know, that history is there for a reason. You know? It's all there, brothers and sisters. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand these things. You know, we take other examples, you know, like some of our great scholars, same thing, I was reflecting upon them. Imam Ahmed Ibn Hanbal had to go to prison because he's standing up for the deen. So he was isolated and locked in prison too. Disrupted his life. So on a personal level, you can look at all of these examples and say, wow, what do I do? What do I do? Do I keel over? And, no. Patience. Allah's decree. Be steadfast. Alhamdulillah. And continue to teach. And he continued to teach too. He figured out a way to continue to teach the people. Yes, he did. He wasn't languishing in jail for years and just, you know, subhanAllah. Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah. Another one. He went to prison several times. His whole life was disrupted. He locked down. What did he do? Worship Allah. Worship Allah. Patient, being patient. Worshiping Allah. Serving Allah. Giving a dawah. You know, people were going to the prison on purpose so they could sit with him and learn the deen. You see? He made a way for himself. See? So these are just some examples, some of the things that I wanted to share with you today about our situation. So we're locked down and our lives have been disrupted and things ain't normal and we're looking and we're hoping we can go back to the way it was, but we don't know how long that's going to be. So alhamdulillah, just be ready, just prepare yourself and you prepare yourself, alhamdulillah, for whatever, however long it's going to be. You know, keep in mind, hey man, I have to be patient, man. For long I'm patient, that's about Allah loves those who are patient. You see, Allah's pleased with me along I'm patient. Allah's with me. Allah's not leaving me by myself. Allah's near. He hears. He knows what you're going through. He's feeling you, okay? So Allah's with you. Allah's with those who are patient. Allah loves those who have that patience, you see. So continue to worship. Continue to worship Allah. Continue to serve Allah. You know, continue to share Islam with people in your own circle, whatnot. That's what our life is all about, man. That's what our life is all about. You know, we embrace Islam. To serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what life is about. All the material stuff is going to pass. Our life is about serving Allah, worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see? So we don't have to go crazy. You know, we don't have to get bored. You know, those who came before, they wasn't bored. You know, they straightened up their backs. You know, and gored up their loins, as they say, tied up their belt straps, and they got into the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see? And the worshiping of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as you all know, as we all know, you know, it's very, very broad. So you do what you can do. You see? But you don't be, you know, lost as to what should I do in terms of worship. It goes on and on and on and on. There's a lot of things that we do, alhamdulillah, to keep our mind, even to sit and remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just to sit and remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah. Alhamdulillah. La ilaha illallah. Allahuakbar. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, just to make dhikr. You're doing the right thing. And especially when you get bad thoughts from shaitan and the devil and whatnot, you think about Allah one time. So again, closing, patience, istiqamah, ibadah, dawah. Those are things, alhamdulillah, let us continue to do. Continue to work for Allah subhanahu deen. Let us hasten to do the good, alhamdulillah. And don't allow yourself to get, trapped or tricked by the devil, and become frustrated, and dissatisfied with Allah subhanahu decree. Looking at the time, looking at the clock, thinking, well, when is it going to be over? When they're going to open up the businesses like these other people who have no guidance. We can't depend on them. Allah give us guidance. We have a book, the Quran. We have the Sunnah, the Prophet. And so, alhamdulillah. And finally, I just want to make mention of the situation. I don't want to not say leave without saying anything about what is currently going on in the nation, man. With the young man that was killed the other day, in Minneapolis. It's a sad situation, really sad, man. Another black man, just killed, and so our hearts and our sympathy as a Muslim community, go out to the family and the victim. It has to, gross injustice, man. It's a terrible thing to happen, man. And of course, every time they show you the different angles of the video, what they were doing to the man, they're dying, man. Said, look, man, come on, man, you're killing me. And it's just leaning on him, And so that's why people are angry. Of course, the anger, we understand the anger, what I'm saying, but, the violence and the burning of property and stuff, that ain't what, that's sad, because that's counterproductive and whatnot, But the anger is understood. Sometimes people are just tired. So we empathize with that, but not the burning and the tearing up stuff. Because, the madman in the White House, he's talking about, look, and once they start looting and we start shooting. Why you say that? Why you got to say shit? They're looting, so now we should. Nobody else ever said that when people looted. Think of any leader in the past, any civic leader, any president, any governor, whatever, when they had these kind of riots and whatever. Nobody talked about shooting. They talked about maybe tear gas, or something like that there, or stunning people, different things that they use for riots and stuff. You say, right away, this man is talking about shooting. Why? Shooting black people, I know. I don't care. Again, that's the problem. See, that's the racism. He can't help himself, man. You see? We just shoot him. Their lives don't mean anything. And remember he said 3 years, when he first became the president, unfortunately. When you rush some of them, it's okay, you rough them up a little bit. We talking about black men. He talking about you and me. He talking about our people. So you see, so this is a disease, and this is an evil, and no wonder Allah condemns it in the Quran, and the Prophet fought against it, and whatnot. And the Prophet he labeled, racism, as being filthy and nasty. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what it does. You know what I'm saying? Unjust, unfair. You see? And so this is what we're going through, and racism is live and kicking, and so. Inshallah, maybe another talk, I'll go into a little bit more. I think the bottom line, one of the things I'm reflecting upon as we look at what's going on with all the rioting and people, they don't have a sense of direction because they have no leadership. There's no leadership, there's no voice. There's no voice for the black community, bottom line. And when you live through movements where black people were up in arms and, when you live through, decades, I've lived through, years and years of organizations and leaders and multiple voices, voicing the concern and being advocate for the people of color. Many, subhanAllah, the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, I remember vividly. See, I don't know. Where's the voice? You don't hear nobody. You don't hear no prominent speaker. You don't hear no Malcolm or no King or no Stokely Carmichael or H. Rod Brown, Angela Davis, you know what I'm saying, or Huey P. Newton, or, none of those kind of people. They were out there, regardless of whether you agree with their philosophy or not. The whole point, they were all working, man, for the upliftment, man, and the social justice and equality of black people, man. You see, there were voices. I remember all them organizations. That's what's missing. And so I'll leave you on this note, and maybe we'll talk about this another talk. You young people, You know, you young people. All you still, all we have now is the elders still alive. The elders are still around. They don't have that energy they had 50 years ago. It's a new day. It's a new day. For you 20 and 30 and 40 and 50-year-olds to step up. You know what I'm saying? To step up and carry the torch to bring about the social justice and to give the people the guidance that they need, you know, and become advocates. So alhamdulillah, the Masjid al-Shura and many of the organizations around, Muslim organizations around the country, alhamdulillah, have put out statements and stepping up and saying what they are saying and condemning, you know, this act. And so, you know, we have to be advocates for justice, man, for the people, man, you see. So pay attention, be concerned, alhamdulillah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, give the family ease, give them justice, you know? And may Allah give the people, the misguided people, Allah give them guidance. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us, to help us, to give us strength, inshallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring our hearts together. Alhamdulillah, make us patient and give us steadfastness, you know, and make us, you know, firm in our ibadah, alhamdulillah, and be good examples of what Islam is, you know, so we can share that with the people, so they have the guidance, inshallah. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.